Since throwing myself into Imp world with the 𝗀𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏, I've got to know some of the characters in the scene, and someone who I have come to know as a friend who has a wealth of knowledge without which my clan probably wouldn't have done half the road miles that it has, is Mike Dent from Imp Competition Parts. Now, Mike is someone whose reputation precedes him in rallying in classic car terms when it comes to Hillman Imps. His experience has been gained on worldwide endurance marathon events. It's been gained at WRC level on international events, and he's somebody who I really just enjoy talking rally cars with. Now, Mike has one of the most advanced, well-built, well-designed, well-thought-out Hillman Imp rally cars that anybody has ever seen. But the problem is, nobody's seen it for quite a long time. You see, Mike got his Hillman Imp rally car when he was 21, and he's developed it over the years, and it's got everything from lovely period touches like the works cars through to WRC, technology and engineering. And for the last 10 years, it has sat in the corner of his workshop while he has worked on other people's projects. It's a business, but this is something Mike loves to do, and he has spent a lot of his time helping people like me, and a lot of cars that you see with Hillman Imp engines, be it 𝗀𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏, be it 𝗎𝙜𝗏𝗏𝗏, be it Hillman Imps out on rally stages, have had the Mike Dent touch. But that has meant that his car has sat untouched under that cover in the corner of his workshop for the past 10 years. Hasn't seen it, hasn't done anything other than put a bit of oil in the engine and turn it over just to make sure that one day, when he might just get a chance to drive his Hillman Imp rally car again, it'll be in tip-top condition, ready to go. That day has come. It has been 10 years since Mike has sat in this glorious Hillman Imp rally car. He's going to be doing the Hero ERA Rally of the Tests, and it is 10 years since he's fired this thing up and got behind the wheel. And I just wanted to be here to capture that moment and to introduce you to someone who, well, is a real character of our sport. Meet Mike Dent.
My little Hillman Imp, bought it when I was 21, rallied it for a couple of years, reshelled it, and then rallied it for a few more years, then stripped it down to do a full build. Got distracted part way through by a friend of mine who invited me to go out and work as a WRC mechanic. Then we came back from a couple of years doing that, and I set to on the car again, wasn't getting anywhere. He got excited, came down, helped me build the car. We built it up to what it looks like now, and we did the 2015 NESCRO Championship in it. We won one event outright, we won the class on every event bar one, and then I moved house, it got put into storage, 10 years went past, and the same guy asked me to go out and mechanic on the Peking-Paris rally in Baku. And whilst we were there, a little bit drunk on the Friday night in the bar, he told me that he'd entered RAC Rally of the Tests for me and the car. So I came away from that and thought, well, I better put it back together, because it was basically a rolling shell. So I've started fastening it all back together and getting it prepared. And today, it's going to be a test drive. That person is Mark 𝗀𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏, otherwise known as Haggis. So he co-drove on Peking to Paris in a car that he prepared. We worked together on the WRC, so he's a good friend. Anywhere you go, if you mention Haggis, people will know who he is before you mention Mark 𝗀𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏. You get a lot of blank looks. Getting excited about putting my car back on the road, yeah, it's really G'd me up. I've done a lot of stuff for other people. I've started building the business up. I'm planning on doing it more full time. I sort of dipped my toe in the water, got going with it, got a bit carried away, and things got shelved. I've had 2 house moves since I started doing it as well. Bigger workshops each time. And I think this is the place where we're going to be, and we're going to set up. So hopefully over the next couple of years, I'll be on the cars full time, which should give me more time for my car. Getting back behind the wheel with the rally of the tests, kick up the backside that I needed to get the car done, it felt like putting on an old glove. It was just fantastic. Everything felt like the last time I drove it into the workshop after a rally, after I cleaned it. It was just brilliant. The car, I've set it up, I've developed bits on it, and I just love it. I don't want to drive anything else. Went to Andy Jones at 𝗎𝙑 Engineering for some advice on the engine. He gave me some very good advice. I took the engine apart and it was mint inside. We could have literally put oil in it and run it, but Andy says, big long event, better safe than sorry. So we replaced a few critical components. Andy dynoed the engine for me, and we did have an option of going for a more powerful engine. And talking to Haggis and Andy, they said, stick with what you know. You know how to pedal that car, you know what it's going to do to you, you know what it's going to feel like. Stick with what you know. And we had the same sort of feelings with tyres. We were going to go away from what we used to run on the NASCAR events. And again, Haggis taught me into sticking with the tyres that I know. One of the things that Haggis pointed out to me, he said, for your business, the best advert is that car, starting and finishing events and doing events. It's proving all the components, because when I first started, I developed parts for that car and put them on, and unless they finished 6 rallies, I wouldn't sell them to anybody. And then if anybody broke anything, well, I'd probably shake their hand, because they've been more brutal to the car than I have. So when I went out doing the WRC work, it was a massive learning curve. I'd screwed rally cars together, my stepdad rallies, and he's always had a rally car, and we've built them ourselves, just club and level basic stuff. The WRC, you learn how to do things differently. So came back, and when we set to on the shell with this car, everything's on a captive stud or a nut. So if I need to swap a fuel pump, I need 1 spanner. I don't need a second pair of hands. Just simple things like that. So it now means, you know, you can swap a fuel pump on a road section without probably using too much of your lateness. We standardise nuts and bolts, so we can carry a minimum amount of tools. The mounting of certain things, just all those things that I learned. The suspension alignment, when we were building the shell, we did a dry build, put all the brackets in place, bolted them all up and doweled them so they always go back in the same place, and then put all the suspension bushes in and made sure the suspension had full sweep and stroke up and down with no resistance. Whereas when we first bolted it on, the brackets were all twisted, so they were all re-drilled and welded, so all the suspension moves as it was designed for, with a bit tighter tolerance, if you will, so that the dampers and springs can work better. Just loads of things that we learned about neatness and making a good car. And then the difficult part was trying to keep it period. You know, we didn't want to end up running ECUs and things like that, so it was adapting the WRC standards and using period correct parts.
No rally driver excuses then?
I have a little black book with a few in that will cover me to any excuses for anything that goes wrong with the car. I can't blame the mechanic. Yeah, I don't think we're going to set the world on fire, but we'll be out there and we'll entertain people.